What's up, y'all? I've got some sick buffs for my boy Trevenant. Super cool Pokemon. As always, every single Pokemon is massively buffed and changed in this ROM hack, and none of these buffs and changes are intended for competitive play. Not to mention, I have buffed and changed 600 plus moves. Check those out in the Google Sheet on the description. I swapped around the wording there, but yeah, seriously, give those a look. I know a lot of you guys probably use these videos. It's like a pseudo Google Sheets. The link is right there. Open it up, check it out. You can't. It's not possible for me to cover every single change in every video. Not to mention the older videos are pretty outdated. So yeah, I highly recommend you give those a look in the Google Sheet down below. But with that being said, Trevenant, awesome stuff. Yes, another Intimidate Pokemon that bothers you. I don't know what to tell you. First of all, it fits Trevenant very well. Second of all, the more Intimidate Pokemon, the better. This ROM hack is going to be relatively difficult. Lots of crazy strong Pokemon flying around. Not to mention, every Pokemon gets crit moves that are either always crit or crit half the time. With the Sculptlas, those will always crit. For example, in this case, Shadow Claw and Leaf Blade. But you know, those are 70 base power. But then you have like, you know, First Impression, which like literally every fucking physical attacker gets, and all this other stuff. So Intimidate and late game, there's like all types of crazy crit moves. So Intimidate isn't as oppressive as you might think, and it's just a really good. It's still a great ability though. Like it's just awesome to have, and I think it fits Trevenant very well. And then their other ability is Grassy Surge, which is a very great offensive ability, and it also has some defensive utility. Not only do you get residual recovery, you also activate teammates' abilities. For example, Grassy Guard, which Phantom has, and a Pokemon coming up very soon will have that, and tons of other new Pokemon have that. There are tons of new custom abilities if you're new here and you're just clicking on this video, but hopefully you already know that by now if you're listening this far into the video, because if you don't, check out that Google Sheet, look at all the cool stuff. But yeah, awesome. I mean, big attack stat. 127 with Grassy Surge is really strong. For example, something like Branch Leech, which is essentially just Horn Leech, but 90 base power, and it also it's just renamed so that I can give it to more Pokemon like Obama Snow and stuff. But it's awesome on Trevenant, obviously. Assault Vest, Intimidate, or Grassy Surge. Both of those are great. You have great bulk, 97, 97, 97. I thought that the stats just looked kind of satisfying that way. And that's so bulky and strong. And yeah, the typing has a lot of common weaknesses, but you also have a lot of useful resistances as a Grass and Ghost type. If you check it out, you can see, yes, you are weak to Fire, Ice, Flying, Ghost, and Dark, which is 5 weaknesses, but you're immune to normal and fighting, of course, as a Ghost. And then you resist Ground, Grass, Electric, and Water. And with Grassy Surge, you absolutely swallow moves like Earthquake. However, there are a lot of other common physical ground moves now. In this case, you learn stuff like Seismic Fist, which is good for Grassy Surge. That's every single Pokemon is balanced to have 2 usable abilities to switch between. In this case, again, you'll switch between Intimidate when you need the utility and Grassy Surge when you need the power boost, or technically you could also use it for utility, for healing, for reducing Earthquake damage on your teammates, for activating Nature Power on your allies who don't get Energy Ball. Normally you can get Energy Ball that way on them. Also, you can get Energy Ball earlier because the TM is post Olivia, but you get Nature Power pre Olivia, so you can use Energy Ball for Olivia if you have Grassy Surge up. But yeah, in general, just a great abilities. Very fitting in my opinion. You know, he's this giant tree guy, and he controls like the plants and shit. So I think Grassy Surge fits very well. Phantom has solid abilities and solid stats for that point of the game. It will evolve in time for Olivia, actually even in time for Totem Lorantis probably, maybe just after. But either way, it's still great. Signature move. So actually, I am giving this to Gourgeist. I was going to say Gourgeist as well, but it's still a signature move for Trevenant and Gourgeist. Holy shit! And that's so basically, Forest Curse now gives an actual curse effect. I forgot. Conjure. I'll throw that on there somewhere. That's a setup move. It's like Calm Mind for Ghost types, but it gives physical defense. I will just put that here. I will order the level ups after the video, but it'll probably go like right after Branch Leech, right before Phantom Force and Strength Set, most likely. And I'll just push Strength Set back to 48. But yeah, super sick. I mean, the Curse's effect is awesome. I mean, it's literally a guaranteed 25% HP per turn on that opponent. And it also technically could be useful because it adds the Grass type to the opponent, but that's more of just like an additional thing. The Z effect also gives you +1 to all your stats, which is pretty cool. Again, like I said, these are all balanced for in-game, so the AI is not going to switch out. So you basically just will guaranteed kill them in 4 turns. So you can use Protect if you want and just stall them out. That's great for totems, especially. Man, it's awesome for totems. If you don't have any other answers on your team, if you're playing Team Lock, you should totally keep Forest Curse. But if you're not doing Team Lock, it's a cool move, but you might want other stuff like just simple things like Leech Seed and Shadow Sneak and Seed Shot for priority. Keep in mind, Seed Shot is very powerful with Grassy Surge, especially in 127 base attack. It's a great priority move on Trevenant. You also have Soul Absorb for reliable recovery, as well as Synthesis via Tutor. Soul Absorb is really cool. That's a Nightshade, but it heals you the same that you deal damage, so that's really cool. Yeah, Scary Face is great utility. Parting Shot is great utility. Taunt, even T-Spikes can be good if you have a Venom Shock teammate or you just want to get a specific poison on a specific Pokemon on the opponent's team. But mostly it's for like Merciless / Venom Shock Pokemon. It's also good to have that Toxic, especially if you want to like stall something. Like I said, great bulk. I mean, especially with Intimidate, 97, 97, 97. You've got useful resist, like I said. Very strong moves as well. Frenzy Plant, Eldegrassy Surge is an absolute nuke. 150 base power. Physical move drops your attack step by 2. Later on, you have stuff like Power Whip and Wood Hammer, which are also very strong and a lot more spammable, but I would prefer Frenzy Plant on an Intimidate Pokemon or Grassy Surge. I don't know. I just like those type of moves on bulkier mons because you could just switch out after. In game, that you know, on a like, faster mon, you'd probably want the other stuff like Woodhammer. And it's not that you also heal, so like Woodhammer plus like Strength Sap is insane. I mean, Strength Sap in general is crazy on Trevenant. All the Ghost and Grass types in the game are getting Strength Sap. Obviously, a lot of Pokemon in attack have it. It's a great recovery move because you can't use healing items in battle, so that's really awesome. There later in the game, you'll be like mid Ulu and by the time you get Strength Sap, probably late Ulu and so that's great for that point of the game. Awesome coverage. Will-O-Wisp is huge. It's not coverage, I'm just listing moves. Will-O-Wisp is huge. Awesome coverage. You got Drain Punch, Drain Punch, Branch Leech on an Assault set is pretty damn great. Bulkier sets with Parting Shot are beautiful to get into that teammate and drop the opponent's offensive stats. And it's just got so many fun things it can do. Sucker Punch is also decent for priority. If you want to reteach a priority move for a specific fight to kill something. First Impression, same deal. Yeah, coverage like Takedown, Power Punch, Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, Stopping Tantrum, Seismic Fist, First Impression. You do get all types of stuff. It's so fun. Really cool Pokemon. I think that the stats fit pretty well for Trevenant. It's this giant, it's actually not that big, which is why I didn't go overboard with the HP, but 97, 97, 97 fits this, still pretty big tree guy. And then he has got that big attack stat because he is a big tree with, all his giant claws and stuff. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. There's a bunch of other buffed and changed moves that I would honestly just recommend checking out in the description. Grassy Guard is great on Phantump with that Grassy Terrain TM. Levitate is a nice option to tack on for specific fights. You do already resist ground, but it's still nice to have that immunity. Is this not looping? I didn't loop it. There we go. So I'm only gonna be talking for like another minute anyway, but yeah, even stuff like Ominous Wind, despite you having a bad special attack stat, is still good for dropping the opponent's attacking stats with like Leech Seed or Synthesis or Soul Absorb. It's such a good utility mon, and it's a great offensive Pokemon. Like all Pokemon in this hack, for the most part, they all have multiple roles they can fulfill. Trevenant is no exception. The GOAT, really cool buffs. I think I'm gonna leave it off there just to keep it concise. Yeah, like I said, stats fit. I think it's all very fitting and cool. Forest Curse, super cool move. 3 PP on that, just tons of moves at 3 PP. Setup moves in general have nerfed PP and a bunch of other moves at lower PP. But holy crap! Specifically, Forest Curse, I felt like 5 was a little bit excessive because then you could just like Forest Curse, stall, swap, whatever on all 5 Pokemon. I think 3 is pretty fair on the opponent's team to do it 2 max per battle because they're not going to switch out. So it's not like if they switch out, it'll be a different story. But they don't switch out unless they use a switch move, which they will use on you, but not every single Pokemon's gonna have a switch move on their learn set as an AI on the AI. So yeah, I'll leave the video off there. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And I'll be back for Gourgeist coming up. Gourgeist. Why do I keep saying Gour? Peace, everybody.